Welcome to this video. This will help you prepare for storytelling. Let's begin. The objective of this video is to give you a clear strategy for delivering clear and structured stories about any past event. Our strategy has 4 parts: context, actors, recap, significance. We must apply some overall rules to every step. Avoid acronyms. Use the full name, for example, use standard operating procedures instead of SOPs. Keep the discourse in order. Limit the speech to the most important events and facts to avoid overtalking. Use the past tense when relating events. You can use any past tense if it is coherent and meaningful for the discourse. Step 1. Context. Give a direct and clear overall picture of the situation. What happened? Say what the situation was. This gives a framework for the speech. When did it happen? You do not need to be precise, but it is useful to give a time frame. Where did it happen? Mention where the situation occurred. This gives a clear context for the facts. Useful details. Add any other details that might help the listener understand the context. Examples. About a year ago, I experienced an in-flight emergency while flying from Paris to Istanbul during final approach. Let me tell you about a difficult moment I had in late 2018 while doing recurrent simulator training. At the beginning of my career, during initial line training, I had a stressful flight to Madrid. I had a medical emergency once. I did not recall exactly when it happened or where we were flying, but it was a very early flight. Step 2. Actors. Give information about the people involved in the situation. Who was involved? Mention who was in the story. What roles did each actor have? State the role of each person. Details on the actors if relevant to the story. Include any other information about the people involved that was relevant to the situation. Examples. There were 3 people in the flight deck. The captain, who was a flight instructor, a cadet in training in the right seat, acting as pilot flying, and myself, flying as safety pilot. We were an augmented crew. I was the pilot in command and pilot flying. The relief pilot sat on the jump seat, and the first officer sat on the right. The situation involved me flying as pilot in command and acting as pilot monitoring. A new, low-experience first officer who was very nervous, and an instructor who was known for being tough. Step 3. Recap. Tell the sequence of events as follows: beginning, problem, solution. Use connectors and discourse markers to organize the events for the listener. Examples. We received descent clearance, and then we noticed the cabin altitude rising quickly, so we initiated a rapid descent. The pilot in command called for flaps after crossing 3,000 feet. We did not capture the glide slope, so he asked to extend the gear and tried to descend faster, but it was too late and we executed a go-around. When we arrived at the aircraft, maintenance was already there. Checking a report from the previous crew, they first said the problem was simple, so I decided to board. After an hour, maintenance informed me that the aircraft was grounded indefinitely. Step 4. Significance. Tell the listener why this story was important to you. What were the consequences? What was the resolution of the conflict? What did you learn? What lessons did you take away? Examples. As a consequence, we diverted because of low fuel. And afterward, I decided always to carry some discretionary fuel. The pilot in command declared an emergency and landed as soon as possible so the medical team could intervene. They acted immediately and, thankfully, everything was fine. As a result, the instructor stopped the session and asked us to meet the head of training. We were retrained and went back flying a couple of days later. We landed uneventfully, but the situation was very stressful. After that day, I tried to study as much as possible. Let's review. This video presents a 4-part strategy for storytelling. 1. Context. 2. Actors. 3. Recap. And 4. Significance. We also gave you some examples and simple rules to follow. Thank you for watching. Please leave your comments and questions and subscribe for more content.